All right, guys, welcome back. It is what's today?
I don't know.
What's the day? It's day, Bronte. That's what day it is. We're back with Joe. Got always some good information. Personally, been using a lot of it. If you haven't seen it in the videos, I'm at least putting a little bit into it and really focusing on. But for me, and what I think Joe's going to talk about is kind of like, what we do as well, on top of the crank days or on top of the workouts. Joe, talk today, Junior. Tell him a little bit about that shit.
Yeah. So I reached out. I actually reached out to you this time because I wanted to talk about something that I did. And like we were talking about, it was the day of the Murph, actually, when you put the Murph up. So that was the last weekend, I think, not this past one, the weekend before. And I just, I have my Saturdays is usually a run day or a rest day. So I was like, maybe I'll do the Murph on Sunday when I get up, see how I feel. And I got up and I was like, there's no way I'm doing it today. I worked out all week. I was kind of shot. So I had a PT day kind of, or what I could call it or what you could call it. So I just wanted to kind of share with everybody what that was for me, or how to split up or how to do something different, work on some smaller muscle groups, because we've been talking about that a little bit and how to take a step back maybe, and focus on some other things when there might be a day when you're like, I want to do something, but I don't have a hard crank workout in me. Right. So I think we talked about before, I do crank Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. That's my bread and butter. Like, I love doing that. That's what keeps me going workout wise throughout the week, every week. So that leaves me 4 days of doing something else. So how do I break up those 4 days? I like to have one day that's a full rest, where it's just a recovery day, rest and recovery. So I might just stretch during that day. I might do nothing. I might just lay on the couch. Right. But the other thing I do is run. So in a perfect world, I think that I would do crank Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I would run Tuesday and Thursday. And then I would take a rest Saturday and do a PT day on Sunday to kind of crank back up for the week that's coming up. So I just want to talk about what that might look like for me.
Yeah.
So for me, a PT day is focusing on some of the things that we talked about maybe in the other videos: posture, those small muscles in the glute med strengthening, and some rotator cuff strengthening, just things that kind of get bypassed during the normal hard hit workout that we do all week or running. So for me on that Sunday, what it looked like was a normal foam roller warm up that I do. So I just kind of rolled out some of my leg muscles on it. I laid on it. I did some thoracic extension over it. Did some, thoracic rotation with it as well. Stayed on the floor, used a band that I have, did the band. So I'll come down to the floor. I'll run through it real quick. So I go band around my knees for a lot of stuff. Or I think actually what I started with was just like a leg raise on the side. So that's, again, targeting glute med, isolating glute med, just doing a side leg raise. So then I put the band on. Same thing on my side, did plancha. And this was all 3 sets of 10, nothing crazy, just like your normal PT kind of numbers. Went right to my back, did some bridges with the band on, just to, again, fire up glute med while I'm doing that. Came here and just did fire hydrants here with the band on. Went back, right, the band on. So just small things, all 3 sets of 10, both sides. And then I think I took this off, came up and did some shoulder work. So we'll try to go here against the wall. So I did my wall angels here, right? Did some angel wings, 3 sets of 10. Took the band back on, did some roll-ups, 3 sets of 10 this way. So then I took dumbbells and I like to do it with a hold. We talked about that shoulder raise here.
Right.
I do hold on the other side. So while I'm holding, I do 10. So 10. So it's a little stability on the other shoulder.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then I kind of did band work and did external rotation,
Right.
Did some on my side. I did laying on the table, just doing some of those, and then and then I think I did some bird dogs on the ground.
Right.
So a little core work at the end that was very slow, focusing on keeping that neutral position. Did some core work, and that was it. And that was my day, and it was in and out in 30 minutes. So
Right.
I think that's a day when you're tired, you're a little beat up, but that's one of those workouts that can kind of energize you.
Right.
And in and out in a half hour. It's not like I think I talked about in the last video. When I go for a run, I run for like 30, 35 minutes, but the entire course of that workout is really like a 20-minute warm up, 20-minute stretching. So it turns like an hour and a half shower after. It turns into an hour and a half workout, 2 hours with a shower and stuff like that.
Right.
Because go down, pop downstairs, half hour, work on some smaller muscle groups, go right back upstairs. Not even have to shower because you don't really even sweat that much.
Right.
You're in and out in a half hour. You did some PT type stuff where you're working on smaller muscle groups and you're in and out. So I just wanted to share what that could look like or how you can kind of put that into your week's routine or your day routine, something like that. I just wanted to share that.
Yeah, I think it's very beneficial. Not really. Like it's like I think we definitely overlook, because
Yeah.
and that's what I think the downfall gets into is that we put so much work into, like what you said, right? Like we put so much emphasis on I only have an hour, so what can I get in an hour? Whereas you should think about like what you just said with your run. By the time you're completely done, you've already set in your head 2 hours.
Right.
And I feel like we may look at the clock so much that we forget that, or we put this hour of workout into our head and then that's it. And then we really don't think about the other stuff where maybe if you put in your head, this workout is going to be 2 hours long, no matter what. And then I block that out, you probably do.
God bless.
Thank you. No, probably you say that very Italian. Hey, God bless. God bless.
All right.
So yeah, it's like I think it's really good, and I think if we just map something out for them, I know you said it,